In a quiet fishing village on the coast of the Philippines, 13-year-old Mateo sits on a small wooden stool outside his family's nipa hut. The sun is beginning to set, casting orange light across the water, and the humid air smells of the sea. Mateo cradles his old guitar, its body cracked, its strings uneven, and the wood faded from years of use. He holds it carefully, almost reverently, as though it were a treasure instead of something rescued from a junk shop. His father's guitar, the only thing he has left of him. Every evening, when the fishermen return and families gather outside their homes, Mateo plays for anyone willing to listen. His soft, soulful voice flows through the village like a warm breeze, carrying words that many don't understand but still feel deeply. He performs Hotel California the way his father used to sing it, slow, emotional, heavy with memories. Neighbors gather around, dropping small coins into the tin can beside him. Every peso counts. Mateo's mother works all day washing clothes for wealthier families, and Mateo plays to help buy rice, medicine, and school supplies. Though he smiles politely whenever someone compliments him, inside he battles a quiet longing. He dreams of big stages, bright lights, and microphones that actually work. He dreams of singing in front of people who aren't just passing by. But dreams are expensive, and life has taught him to expect little. One night, as he sings under a flickering street lamp, a foreign volunteer visiting the village stops to listen. She's mesmerized by the boy's raw talent and emotion. Without Mateo noticing, she takes out her phone and records him. That short video, shaky, unpolished, and heartbreaking, would change Mateo's life forever. The morning of their departure, Mateo wakes before sunrise, his stomach churning with a mix of excitement and fear. He has never left his province, let alone the country. His mother folds his only collared shirt into a small backpack and checks their papers for the 10th time. "Don't worry, Anik," she whispers, brushing his hair with her hand. "God opened this door for you." At the airport, everything feels too big, too bright. Mateo clings to his mother's hand as they walk past travelers rolling expensive luggage. He keeps his guitar close to his chest, terrified someone might damage it. When they finally reach the boarding gate, he stares at the airplane through the huge glass window, his eyes wide. It looks like something from another world. As he steps inside the plane, his legs shake. The seats, the glowing lights, the humming air, everything feels unreal. When the plane lifts off the ground, Mateo gasps, gripping his mother's arm. The clouds below look like mountains of cotton candy, and for the first time in his life, he feels higher than his dreams ever allowed him to imagine. After many hours, the plane lands in Los Angeles. The air is colder, sharper. The buildings are taller than anything he's ever seen. Cars rush by in perfect lines, people move fast, and the city feels alive in a way that overwhelms him. But the biggest shock of all comes when they arrive at the AGT studio. The crowd, the cameras, the giant stage banners, this is real. Mateo hugs his guitar tighter. Tomorrow, he will sing for the world. Backstage at AGT, Mateo's hands won't stop shaking. He can hear the distant roar of the audience every time the door swings open. Performers rush past, dancers, magicians, singers with perfect outfits and brand new instruments. Mateo glances down at his cracked guitar and swallows hard. For a moment, he wonders if he even belongs there. A staff member kneels in front of him with a warm smile. "You ready, sweetheart?" Mateo tries to answer, but his voice cracks. All he manages is a small nod. The curtains open, and the stage lights hit him like a wave. The hall is enormous, far bigger than anything he imagined. The crowd stretches endlessly into the darkness. He steps forward, clutching his guitar, his legs trembling. Simon Cowell, Sofia Vergara, Heidi Klum, and Howie Mandel look at him with curiosity. Simon leans in. "Hello there. What's your name?" "Mateo," he whispers. "And how old are you?" 13. His voice trembles, but when Simon asks why he chose Hotel California, Mateo lifts his eyes. It was my father's favorite song. I sing it so he can still hear me." A ripple moves through the crowd. Even the judges soften. Finally, the moment comes. Mateo positions his fingers on the worn frets. He takes a shaky breath. Then, he strums. The first notes echo across the room, unexpectedly rich and mature. Conversations stop. The audience leans forward. Even Simon's expression shifts from casual interest to stunned disbelief. Mateo closes his eyes and sings the opening line. The theater falls utterly silent. A poor boy from a small village has just captured thousands with a single note. As Mateo reaches the first chorus, something shifts in the room. His voice, soft but haunting, carries a depth far beyond his 13 years. Every note feels like a memory, every word like a message to someone he misses. His small hands tremble, yet they glide across the guitar strings with surprising precision. He opens his eyes and sees the audience rising to their feet, one row at a time. People clutch their chests, wiping tears they didn't expect to fall. Even the camera crew looks stunned, momentarily forgetting their jobs as they stare at the boy on stage. Heidi presses her hands against her mouth, her eyes glistening. Sophia looks at him with a softness rarely seen on the show. But it's Simon's reaction that steals the moment. He leans forward slowly, elbows on the table, his usually steely eyes watery as he watches the poor Filipino boy pour his entire soul into a song older than him. When Mateo reaches the line, "You can check out any time you like," his voice cracks with emotion. A collective gasp washes over the crowd, not because he made a mistake, but because it sounded heartbreakingly real. By the time he strums the final chord, tears are streaming down his mother's face backstage. The last note hangs in the air like a prayer. Silence. Then, an explosion of applause. The audience roars louder than Mateo has ever heard in his life. The judges stand, all four of them, and Mateo just stares, overwhelmed, as the world applauds the boy who once sang to flickering street lamps. The applause still echoes when Mateo lowers his guitar, unsure what to do next. His small chest rises and falls rapidly, and his eyes search for his mother backstage. She's crying, covering her mouth, shaking her head in disbelief. Mateo tries to smile, but emotion overwhelms him. He never expected this, never even dared dream it. Simon is the first to speak. He stands, still visibly moved. "Mateo," he says, voice unusually soft, "I didn't expect that. You sang with more heart and soul than many adults who have stood on this stage. That was truly special." Heidi wipes a tear from her cheek. "You made us feel every word," she says. "Your father would be so proud of you." Mateo's lip quivers. Hearing his father mentioned makes his vision blur. Then Howie leans forward, smiling warmly. "You didn't just sing a song," he says. "You told a story, your story, and the world needs to hear it." Mateo feels his knees weaken. This already feels like the greatest moment of his life. But then it happens. Howie stands, looks at the audience, then at Mateo, and slams his hand onto the golden buzzer. A thunderous boom echoes. Golden confetti bursts from the ceiling, showering over the stage like a magical storm. Mateo gasps, dropping his guitar as he covers his face, sobbing uncontrollably. His mother rushes onto the stage and pulls him into her arms. The entire theater is standing, cheering, crying, celebrating him. This poor Filipino boy, once singing for coins under dim street lights, now stands in a glowing rain of gold. His dream no longer impossible, but real. His life has just changed forever.